Good morning, friends. I want to talk to you today about a powerful principle that can transform your life: emptying out the negative. See, your mind is like a container. Each day you get to decide what you're going to fill it with. Are you filling it with faith, hope, and gratitude? Or are you allowing negativity, doubt, fear, resentment to take up space? The problem is, you can't fill a full cup. If your mind is already occupied with self-doubt, past disappointments, or bitterness, there's no room for peace, success, or joy. Some people go through life weighed down by things they should have let go of years ago. They're still carrying the hurt from an unfair situation, the insecurity from a past failure, or the fear of stepping out into something new. But I'm here to tell you, it's time to empty it out. Let go of the bitterness. That person who hurt you, they're not controlling your life anymore. Forgive and move forward. Release the self-doubt. God has placed greatness inside you, but you'll never step into it if you keep talking yourself out of it. Drop the fear. The future is bright, but fear will keep you stuck in the past. Every morning, make it a habit. Empty out the negative. Wake up and declare, I'm not carrying yesterday's stress into today. I'm not dwelling on that disappointment. I'm choosing faith over fear, gratitude over grumbling. Because here's the truth. When you empty out the negative, you make room for God to do something amazing in your life. You make space for new opportunities, fresh joy, and supernatural favor. So today, let's decide. No more holding on to what's weighing us down. Let's free ourselves from the past, fill our minds with faith, and step boldly into the bright future God has for us. Amen? Would you like any refinements or additions? Your mind is like a container. Whatever you allow inside will eventually shape your thoughts, emotions, and actions. If you constantly pour in negativity, fear, doubt, and resentment, your outlook on life will be filled with discouragement. But if you choose to fill it with faith, hope, and gratitude, your perspective will shift, and your life will reflect joy, peace, and success. The challenge is that your mind, just like a container, has a limited capacity. It can't hold everything at once. If it's already full of the wrong things, there's no space for the right things to enter. That's why it's so important to be intentional about what you allow in. Think about a glass filled with dirty water. No matter how much clean water you try to pour in, it will still be murky unless you first empty out the dirt. In the same way, you can read uplifting books, listen to positive messages, and surround yourself with encouraging people. But if you're still holding on to negativity, it will contaminate everything good that tries to come in. This is why some people struggle to find peace and joy. It's not that they don't have access to positive influences. It's that their minds are already cluttered with worry, bitterness, and insecurity. Sometimes we unknowingly fill our minds with negativity because of what we expose ourselves to daily. The news is full of fear-driven stories. Social media constantly reminds us of what we lack. The people around us may be speaking words of doubt and discouragement. If we're not careful, we can absorb all of this without realizing that it's shaping our mindset. That's why we have to be on guard. We have to filter what we allow into our minds, just like we would be cautious about what we eat or drink. You wouldn't willingly drink from a cup filled with poison, yet many of us allow toxic thoughts to enter our minds without hesitation. We replay hurtful words spoken to us in the past. We dwell on worst-case scenarios. We remind ourselves of past failures instead of focusing on future possibilities. Over time, these thoughts take root and begin to shape our beliefs about ourselves and our future. If you believe you're not capable, you won't take risks. If you believe nothing good ever happens to you, you won't recognize blessings when they come. If you believe you'll never heal from past wounds, you'll stay stuck in pain. But the good news is, you have the power to change what you fill your mind with. You can start today by recognizing the thoughts that don't serve you and making a decision to empty them out. Every morning, take inventory of what's in your mind. If there's fear, replace it with faith. If there's bitterness, replace it with gratitude. If there's insecurity, replace it with confidence. When you do this daily, you'll begin to see a transformation, not just in your thoughts, but in your entire life. Negativity is a weight that many people carry without even realizing it. It weighs down their thoughts, their emotions, and ultimately their lives. Just like a physical burden slows you down, mental and emotional burdens keep you from moving forward into the joy, success, and peace that you were meant to experience. Imagine trying to run a race while carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. With every step, the weight presses down on you, making it harder to move forward, draining your energy and stealing your focus. That's exactly what negativity does in our lives. It slows us down, keeps us stuck, and prevents us from reaching our full potential. Some people carry the weight of past hurts. They were betrayed, rejected, or treated unfairly, and instead of letting it go, they hold on to the pain. They replay the offense over and over in their minds, keeping the wound fresh. What they don't realize is that holding on to that hurt doesn't punish the other person. It only punishes them. It steals their peace, drains their joy, and keeps them tied to the past. The truth is, you can't move forward while holding on to what's behind you. You have to make a decision to let it go. Forgiveness isn't about excusing what happened. It's about freeing yourself from the weight that's keeping you from living in peace. Others carry the weight of fear and worry. They're constantly anxious about the future, stressed about things that may never happen, and overwhelmed by the unknown. They live with a mindset of, what if? What if things go wrong? What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? But fear is a burden that was never meant for you to carry. It doesn't change the future. It only robs you of the present. Worry doesn't add anything to your life. It only takes away. Instead of allowing fear to weigh you down, choose to shift your focus. Instead of thinking, what if things go wrong? Start declaring, what if things go right? Instead of saying, what if I fail? Remind yourself, what if I succeed beyond my expectations? Negativity also shows up as self-doubt. So many people are walking around with a heavy weight of insecurity, believing that they're not smart enough, talented enough, or good enough to achieve their dreams. They focus on their weaknesses instead of their strengths. They compare themselves to others and feel like they don't measure up. But that kind of thinking is a heavy burden to carry. You were never meant to live with insecurity and self-doubt. You were created with gifts, purpose, and potential. When you stop carrying the weight of self-criticism and start believing in the greatness within you, you'll find a new sense of confidence and freedom. It's time to recognize the weights that are holding you back and make a choice to release them. Let go of past hurts, stop carrying fear, and drop the burden of self-doubt. When you do, you'll walk lighter, think clearer, and move forward with confidence into the life you were meant to live. If your heart and mind are already filled with negativity, there is no room for the good things that are meant to enter your life. Just like a glass can only hold so much liquid, your mind has a limited capacity for thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. If it's already filled with doubt, fear, resentment, and frustration, then there is no space left for peace, joy, creativity, and success. Many people wonder why they struggle to experience happiness or break through in their lives, but they don't realize that their minds are cluttered with thoughts that are working against them. Imagine walking into a cluttered room filled with old furniture, broken items, and unnecessary junk. You want to bring in new furniture, beautiful decorations, and fresh colors, but there's no space. Until you remove what no longer serves you, you won't be able to make room for what does. The same principle applies to your mindset. If you are holding on to negative experiences from the past, replaying old failures, or dwelling on hurtful words spoken to you, then your mind is full of things that are limiting you. Sometimes we unknowingly fill our minds with negativity just by absorbing what's around us. The conversations we engage in, the shows we watch, and the people we surround ourselves with all contribute to what we carry in our minds. If you constantly listen to complaints, gossip, or discouraging words, over time, those thoughts take up space. If you spend time comparing yourself to others on social media, your mind may become filled with inadequacy and self-doubt. Without realizing it, you may have allowed unnecessary clutter to fill your mind, leaving no room for encouragement, faith, and optimism. Carrying negativity doesn't just affect how you feel. It shapes the direction of your life. When your mind is filled with frustration, you'll struggle to see opportunities. When your heart is full of bitterness, you'll push away relationships. When you allow self-doubt to take up space, you'll hesitate instead of stepping into your potential. Many times people think that if they just had better circumstances, they would feel better. But the truth is, changing your external situation won't make a difference if you don't first change what's inside. The good news is you have the power to empty out what's not serving you. You don't have to live with a cluttered mind. You don't have to hold on to thoughts that drain you. Every morning, take a moment to reflect. What am I carrying that I don't need? Am I holding on to stress that I should be releasing? Am I dwelling on past failures instead of focusing on future possibilities? The more you clear out the negativity, the more space you create for joy, success, and peace. When you make room for the right things, you'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel and how much more clarity and energy you have to step into the life that's waiting for you. There are things in your life that are holding you back, keeping you from stepping into your full potential. These could be past hurts, disappointments, fears, or limiting beliefs that you've carried for years. Maybe someone walked out on you, a dream didn't work out, or you've been told you're not good enough. Over time, if you don't let go of these things, they begin to define you. You start believing that because something went wrong in the past, nothing will go right in the future. But if you're going to move forward, you have to make a decision to release what's weighing you down. Holding on to past pain and disappointment is like trying to move forward while dragging a heavy anchor behind you. No matter how hard you try, the weight of what's behind you keeps pulling you back. You might take a few steps ahead, but then the doubt, the fear, and the bitterness start creeping in again. You weren't meant to live like that. You weren't created to carry a load of guilt, shame, or regret. That's why you feel so drained when you hold on to these things. It's because they are not meant to be a part of your journey. Some people hold on to resentment toward others, thinking that if they let go, they are letting the other person off the hook. But when you refuse to release resentment, the only person it hurts is you. That bitterness takes up space in your heart, preventing you from experiencing real joy. Forgiveness is not about excusing what happened. It's about setting yourself free from the weight of the past. When you choose to release anger and bitterness, you make room for peace, healing, and restoration. Fear is another thing that keeps people stuck. Maybe you've been afraid to step out in faith, to take a risk, or to believe that better days are ahead. The fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or even the fear of change can paralyze you. But fear is only as powerful as you allow it to be. The moment you decide to stop letting fear control your decisions is the moment you start walking into your destiny. Yes, the unknown can be scary, but staying stuck in the same place is even scarier. Another thing that needs to be released is self-doubt. Many people go through life believing they are not smart enough, talented enough, or worthy enough to achieve their dreams. But those are just lies that have been planted in their minds, often by past experiences or negative voices. You have to challenge those thoughts and remind yourself of the truth. You were created with purpose, you have unique gifts, and you are more than capable of accomplishing great things. It's time to let go of what's holding you back. Let go of the past, let go of the pain, let go of the fears and insecurities. When you release what no longer serves you, you create space for the new things God has in store. Greater joy, bigger opportunities, and a future brighter than you ever imagined. What you focus on is what grows in your life. If you allow negativity to take root, it will spread, affecting your emotions, your decisions, and even your future. But if you choose to replace negativity with faith and gratitude, your perspective will shift, and you'll begin to see doors open, opportunities arise, and blessings flow in ways you never imagined. Your thoughts shape your reality, and the good news is that you have control over what you allow to fill your mind. Too often, people spend their days dwelling on what's wrong instead of what's right. They focus on the mistakes they've made, the things they don't have, or the challenges they are facing. While it's natural to acknowledge difficulties, it's dangerous to dwell on them. What you continually think about will eventually become your mindset, and your mindset determines how you experience life. If you constantly think, "I'll never get ahead," or "nothing ever works out for me," then you are setting limits on what's possible. But when you start filling your mind with faith, believing that better days are ahead, that you have the strength to overcome, and that every setback is a setup for a comeback, everything changes. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to replace negativity. When you focus on what you're thankful for, it shifts your perspective. Instead of dwelling on what's missing, you start seeing all that you already have. Instead of magnifying your problems, you magnify your blessings. And the more you do this, the more you attract positivity into your life. Gratitude isn't just about feeling good. It's about creating an atmosphere of expectation, an attitude that welcomes more good things. Faith is another key to replacing negativity. Faith means trusting that even when things don't look perfect, they are still working in your favor. It's believing that challenges are temporary and that every difficulty has a purpose. When you have faith, you don't panic in the face of obstacles. You stay confident, knowing that something greater is coming. Faith keeps you moving forward when negativity tries to pull you down. One of the best ways to practice faith and gratitude is through the words you speak. Your words have power and they shape your reality. Instead of saying, "I'm stuck," start saying, "I'm growing." Instead of saying, "I'll never be successful," start saying, "I'm on my way to something great." Speak life over your situation and watch how things begin to shift. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It simply means choosing to focus on what lifts you up rather than what drags you down. Life will always have ups and downs, but you get to decide how you respond. When you fill your mind with faith and gratitude, you create a foundation that allows you to rise above difficulties, embrace new opportunities, and step into the fullness of your potential. The more you replace negativity with faith and gratitude, the more you'll see the goodness in your life expand. Emptying out the negative isn't something you do once and then forget about. It's a daily practice, a commitment to clearing out anything that doesn't serve you so you can make room for what lifts you up. Just like you wouldn't go days without taking out the trash in your home, you can't allow negative thoughts, fears, and doubts to build up in your mind. If you don't deal with them regularly, they will begin to shape your attitude, drain your energy, and limit your potential. That's why it's so important to make it a habit to empty out the negative every single day. Each morning, before you step into your daily routine, take a moment to check in with yourself. What thoughts are you carrying from yesterday? Are you still holding on to frustration from a conversation that didn't go the way you wanted? Are you replaying a mistake you made, letting it weigh you down? Maybe you woke up feeling discouraged because things haven't worked out the way you planned. These thoughts may seem small, but if you don't release them, they will accumulate over time, creating a mindset of negativity. A powerful way to clear out the negative is to replace it with something positive. If you wake up feeling stressed about the day ahead, shift your focus by expressing gratitude. Say, "I'm thankful for this new day. I'm thankful for the opportunities coming my way." If you're carrying insecurity, remind yourself, "I am strong, I am capable, I am chosen for a purpose." If fear is trying to creep in, declare, "I may not know what the future holds, but I know I'm not facing it alone." When you start each day with intentional, positive thoughts, you stop negativity before it has a chance to take root. Another important part of this daily practice is guarding what you allow into your mind. The world is full of negativity, bad news, gossip, criticism, and comparison. If you're not careful, you'll absorb these things without even realizing it. That's why it's so important to be mindful of what you listen to, who you spend time with, and what you focus on. Surround yourself with uplifting voices, encouraging people, and messages that inspire you. Be intentional about feeding your mind with thoughts that build you up rather than tear you down. It's also important to give yourself grace. Some days will be harder than others. You may find yourself battling frustration, disappointment, or doubt. That's okay. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to stay aware and make the choice to keep clearing out the negativity. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes. Over time, you'll notice that you feel lighter, more joyful, and more confident in your daily life. Emptying out the negative isn't just about thinking differently. It's about living differently. When you commit to this daily habit, you create space for peace, joy, and success to flourish in your life. Every day is a new opportunity to let go of what holds you back and embrace the good things that are waiting for you. Life is too short to live weighed down by negativity. You weren't created to carry fear, doubt, resentment, or insecurity. You were created to live with peace, joy, and confidence. But to step into that life, you have to make a conscious decision to empty out what no longer serves you. Let go of past hurts. Release the burdens of worry and self-doubt. Stop carrying the weight of negativity and start filling your mind with faith, gratitude, and hope. Every day is a new opportunity to reset your mindset. Choose to focus on what lifts you up rather than what drags you down. Surround yourself with positive influences. Guard what you allow into your heart and mind, and speak life over your future. When you make it a habit to clear out negativity and create space for what's good, you'll begin to see transformation not just in your thoughts, but in every area of your life. Doors will open, strength will rise, joy will overflow. You'll no longer feel stuck in the past or weighed down by fear, because you'll be walking in the freedom that comes from a renewed mind. Keep emptying out the negative. Keep replacing it with faith and gratitude, and watch as your life unfolds in ways greater than you ever imagined. The best is yet to come.